Hey guys, one thing before I wanted to say before this video starts, YouTube demonetization, you're a bitch. I fucking hate you. Just because people say fuck sometimes, why do you have to take away all the money for the month? So I'll be like, fuck you can really go die in the hole somewhere, and Kappa, I'm on your ass too, fuck you. Alright, you piece of human shit. You came out of literal nowhere, sued YouTube, and now we in this shit. Alright, so fuck both of you. YouTube demonetization and Kappa, you can both go die in holes. In fact, I have one right behind the house. I can call it a gravestone for you. So, fuck you both. Alright, into this video. Hey guys, MAE here, and welcome to What If Deku Had a Hour and a Half Quirk Part 4. You guys have really been requesting this series, so I'm glad to give it to you. Anyway, now with that out of the way, let's get into the What If. We left off with Deku choosing Gran Torino as his hero agency, and, well, that's what we left off with. Deku walks into Gran Torino's house and asks why he's faking his death. Remember that little scene? Remember, Deku's a lot more smart in this What If. So he sees through this trick, and that's how he assumes that he's faking his death. Anyway, Gran Torino gets up and starts scrounging through Deku's stuff, and Deku starts to ask why. Gran Torino doesn't answer, but after a little while, he asks Deku to try to attack him. Deku, thinking, okay, this must be a part of my training. So he decides to start blasting fire at Gran Torino, but he's unsuccessful because Gran Torino is Flash of this universe, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Alright, we already started off with terrible puns. Okay. Gran Torino beats Deku, obviously, in this fight, and asks him to use this to try to fight him again using One For All. Deku tries this and takes another fat L. Gran Torino then asks once again, try using One For All throughout your entire body. Deku tries to use Full Cal. Oh, by the way, let me know in the comments if I should continue to call this Full Cal. You're about to see why I'm not sure this should be called Full Cal in a minute. Deku uses Full Caling. You guys can't see me, but I'm doing air quotes around Full Caling. It turns into a sort of unstable Soulgeo-human hybrid. However, since this transformation wasn't from rage, like it was last time, but rather was made on purpose, it's not really that unstable, it's just not a good form to be in. So anyway, Gran Torino sees Deku sort of half transformed into a monster, and he thinks that somehow this must be like a mutant quirk or some sort of transformation quirk activating. So he thinks that this is somehow hurting Deku or putting Deku in an uncomfortable position. So he calls All Might and asks Deku to stop using Full Cal right now. Remember, Deku is also, sorry, I forgot to mention this, but Deku is screaming during this. And I'm about to get to that in a minute. All Might arrives and asks what's wrong. Gran Torino was successful in getting Deku to transform back into a human, but he asks Deku to use Full Cal again and transforms. Deku does this, and All Might is given PTSD again. Remember, episode 2, the USJ, All Might saw this form, and it killed Kurogiri, killed Nomu, and almost killed Shigaraki. That would give anybody PTSD that in this form this kid was able to effortlessly kill a Nomu, something that was designed to beat him. So yeah. All Might asks Deku to try to focus. During this transformation, he asks Deku to try to focus and either focus on completely transforming into whatever this thing is, or focus on looking human. Deku is doing this, but he's also in extreme pain. Remember, Soulgeo's transformation puts an immense amount of strain on the body. I'm not sure if I put that in the last episode, but it does. So that's why it was sort of unstable last round, and that's why it's not going to be used that often. Yeah. So Deku cannot hold this form for long. Hence, me calling it unstable in part 2. I just went over this. Sorry guys, I'm sort of reading the script and doing my own thing at the same time. I do this weird thing. But that's a little bit of a video for another day. Anyway, Deku is able to transform back into some sort of semi-human. Now, the reason I say this is because Deku still has fangs, claws, a tail, and flames circling his body. Now, if you look up Sojio on the internet, Sojio is the Pokemon from Pokemon Sun, you'll see that Sojio has tail, claws. He doesn't have fire circling around his body. I did that to replace the lightning that's always circling Deku, and I'm about to explain why in a second. This is basically Deku's pre-Sojio form. Eventually, he'll be able to unlock a full Sojio transformation, but this is sort of a compromise. It's very good if Deku does not need to transform fully into Sojio and does not nearly put as much strain on his body. Now, this is sort of like an evolution thing. It's taking away the parts of Sojio that are hard or irrelevant and using the parts that are good. And the reason why I chose these specific things, the fangs, the claw, the tail, and the flame circling, is, well, I'm about to explain in a minute. So, when Deku uses full cowling during the daytime, this will be what he looks like. It's sort of like a Sage mode from Naruto, in which all of his abilities and new abilities that he doesn't know that he has are enhanced to an insane degree. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Deku now has sharp fangs, claws, and a tail with flames circling him. Now, the fangs and claws enhance his strength and deadliness in the transformation because, why use fingernails when you have very sharp, long claws? And why use human canines when you have very sharp and jagged teeth like Chica, Withered Chica from FNAF? Yeah. Also, he has a tail now, which I've said like 60 times now, but it is significantly strong, like very strong, kind of like Ojiro's tail. So yeah. And also, Deku can also launch his fire out from his tail. Like, let's say Deku's trying to run away, but also keep an enemy away from him. He can run away, and his tail can point the other direction and launch fire at his opponent, allowing him to get a really good escape method. Now, another thing that the buffs do from this full cowling is that it increases Deku's heat, his fire heat, and it also changes his fire color because, like, there's literally a scale. Like, red fire is the coldest, then orange, then yellow, then white, and then blue is the hottest. Purple may be the hottest. I'm not sure. That hasn't really been specified yet, but yeah. So Deku, before full cow, was able to have made orange fire if he absolutely pushed his limits, but he never did because he never came across a situation where he'd have to use thousands of degree fire. However, if Deku really pushes his fire now, it can become yellow, white, and if he goes really past his limits, like to the point where he'll put a lot of strain on his body, he can use white fire. And last thing about Deku's sun transformation is that the fire circling him sort of acts like Gaara's sand from Naruto. I know I'm making a lot of Naruto references, but this is very similar, or at least it's a lot easier for me to use Naruto references. And the reason I use this specific thing acting like Gaara's sand is because he can shape it into anything. You need a fire sword? Cool. You need a fire shield? Cool. We need a fire barrier that protects all things of you? Sure. Now, of course, these things aren't unbreakable, okay? Someone is able to punch through the fire. Fire is not a solid, though it will burn them very badly if they do touch it. And like I said in the previous video, when Deku uses this transformation, he's able to absorb sun a lot more. I'm so sorry if you guys heard a beep, beep, beep. That was my mom coming in, the alarm went off. I was able to pause the recording before it got any louder, but still. Okay, anyway, back to what I was doing. Where was I at? Oh yeah, Deku can absorb a lot more sun in this phase, which is why his attacks are so enhanced. Well, at least his fire attacks. Now, Deku shut off full cow and became full human again. And after he does this, he asks Gran Torino and All Might to help him unlock full cow for his moon powers. They both say yes, and they all agree to meet back at Gran Torino's house that night for training. Now, Deku tells Inko about this, and Inko is very, very surprised. She doesn't tell him that he's All Might's teacher. She just yeah, she leaves out the part about All Might and One for All. She just tells him, "Hey, mom, my trainer wants me to come back tonight to train my moon powers." So yeah, she says yes. He goes, and Gran Torino says the same thing, except he asks him to go out into the moonlight. So Deku, under the moon, tries using full Cal again, but this time he grows wings. Dark wings, long wings too. And he grows 2 golden horns at the top of his head, like right above his forehead, kind of like when Mamoru Uchiha became the Ten-Tailed Jinchuriki, that little bandage thing, yeah, that. And both of the arms on his body, they acted weird. And after a couple seconds, 2 very large golden plates, or crescent-shaped golden plates, came out of his arms. I know I'm not doing a very good job explaining Lula powers, but just if you guys want to get what he's looking like right now, or at least the horns, the fangs, well, not fangs. Basically, just look up Lunala, Lunala, to get what I mean about the golden plates coming out of his arms. You'll understand. Well, anyway, so the golden horns on his top are basically where his enhanced senses, because remember I told you that at nighttime, Deku's senses are already enhanced, but now these horns sort of act like a huge enhancement. You know, like dolphins' echolocation? Well, it's like that, but way better. See, what they do is what his horns do is they constantly send out signals, and anything, and I mean anything that's alive, sends back its own sort of signal just from moving. So he's basically able to detect vibrations and body heat just by using those horns, which can help him identify when and where his opponent is, and also what he's fighting very easily. Anyway, Deku is still human when he transforms into these things. He just has these features that make him look sort of like a half-human, half-monster hybrid. Now, onto the claws thing that I mentioned earlier. It's the same thing, just very good for slashing. The wings, like I said, they're very big, and with them, Deku can fly, or at least hover, if he really doesn't try to put that much effort in. And the gold plates that come out of his arm, he can either make them blunt or sharp, depending on what he wants to do. So if he needs like a shield, he can make them blunt, or if he wants to, I don't know, decapitate someone, he can make them sharp and rush at the person, decapitating their head off. But anyway, after he deactivates Full Cow, Deku leaves, but doesn't go home. He instead goes to a remote location, far out in the woods, at a place that no one knows but him. No one's ever seen him go here. No one's ever known him to be here, just him. And he decides to take this time to train his moon powers. Now, he discovers that because of Full Cow, which, I'm still going to call Full Cow, but if you guys really want me to say something else, because this is a different thing, really, then put it in the comments below. Yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Because of Full Cow, Deku notices that now he can change his water into ice. Alright? And I know some of you are probably going to go back to episode 1 where I said he could use ice, snow. Yeah, I take that back. That would just make him overpowered for the get-go, and I want him to unlock new abilities as the story goes on. So we're going to make it to where his ice and snow abilities come in here. Or at least, if you guys really want to stick with that, because it's already in the recording, just say that they get a lot better during here. Like, he has a lot more control over them. Alright. Anyway, he also can now lift, or at least bend a lot more water. Whereas before, he was maybe bending 1 or 2 buckets of water. He can now lift an entire tub. Huge improvement. I know it's not something huge, but I don't really want to make Deku so overpowered right now. Especially since I have so many things that I wanted to get down the line, that if I give them to him now, it's just going to kind of make it pointless when that point shows up. Anyway, Deku's night vision, that he gets at nighttime, and his senses have been boosted to entirely new levels. Hey guys, I'm sorry if this video seems a little choppy. I have to pause when something comes in, like the door opens or the AC's blowing extra loud. I have to pause it and then fix it. So my bad. Anyway, like I said, Deku's night vision and his senses have been boosted to entirely new levels. Like, without even using his eyes or ears, Deku is able to trace a deer's movements and location, and even pin it down when the deer was about half a mile away. Yeah, I told you, those golden horns are going to change the game for him. Well, are you ready for more skips again? Cause it's skipping time. No? Well, you know the drill. Fuck you anyway. I'm sorry, guys. I really do appreciate you guys. I just make these for jokes. Anyways, on to the hero killer arc. Anyway, Deku decides to disobey Gran Torino, like usual and in canon, and goes to help fight. Now, this is when he sees Ida about to get sliced like warm cake. Yes, I'm gonna keep up with the puns. Sue me. Anyway, when Deku sees Ida, he also sees Stain, and he stabs Stain with an icicle barrage. Now, this is a new move that Deku was created after Deku's been had this ability, but it really started getting better after he unlocked Full Cow. This is where Deku makes water, freezes it, and shapes into icicles, and then fires them. So, he's stabbing Stain in the stomach. He tries to aim for the heart, but Stain was able to block it with the angle of his sword. So, Stain is taken aback and is bleeding from that attack, as you would expect when you get stabbed like 5 times with ice. Sharp ice. Now, Deku deciding he does not want to die here, and also deciding to not underestimate Stain, activates Full Cow. Now, remember, this is during nightish time. No, this is nighttime. Now, when Stain sees Deku in his transformed state, having 2 huge wings, golden plates out of his arms and claws, he thinks, well, GG, it's game over for me. And he isn't wrong. Deku rushes at Stain, hoping to decapitate him with his sharp gold blades, but Stain is able to block with a sword and is able to push Deku back. Now, Deku gets mad and decides to end this fight by drowning and suffocating Stain. He does this by creating water, having it surround Stain, and before Stain can slash out, making a foot layer, or, a layer that's a foot long of ice on the outside. Now, Stain is trying to slash out and trying to get out before he dies, but every time he tries, Deku adds more ice to the out layer and starts melting the water on the inside. Now, Stain again is keep slashing, trying to get out before he dies, but what he doesn't know is Deku is starting to lift the water and ice spear up into the air. But right before Stain dies from drowning, Deku releases him. Stain is falling to the ground because he realizes that Deku let him go at skyscraper level. Literally, he's like at the same level as a skyscraper. Stain is falling, thinking he's about to die, and he does. Stain dies from the fall damage that he took. He had shattered some major bones and ruptured many internal organs in the fall. Deku grabs Ida with a cold expression on his face and runs off, leaving Stain's dead body to rot on the street with no cameras or witnesses except Ida. On the way to the hospital, he tells Ida that if he snitches, he'll be the next one to die. I told you Deku was a lot more jaded in this timeline, did I not? Now, Ida swears to not tell anyone, mainly because he values his life over the rules, as seen in canon when he literally risked his life just to get vengeance back on Stain. Plus, what else is going through his mind is he did save him and killed Stain for him. Now, enough of that sad stuff and that really serious scene. Like, God, let me know if you guys like those type of scenes. I'm really trying to improve my storytelling skills. Anyway, on to the final exams arc. Now, the only major changes here, besides the Bakugo and Deku versus All Might fight, are in Momo's fight, she has a lot more confidence since she's dating Deku, and I'm about to go over that. But first, the reason she's a lot more confident, because in the original canon, if you don't know, she was very unconfident going into that fight because she felt she was useless. But because she's been dating Deku, she has a lot more confidence. Now, I forgot to mention this last time, but ever since All Might busted in on their little kiss, they've been secretly dating. Yeah. Now the next fight that's going to be going a little bit differently is Jiro's fight. They did win in the original, which they still do. But in Jiro's fight, she's a lot less cocky at first and immediately starts shooting her sound work while inching closer. Basically, she has a strategy, she has a plan, and she's going in for the kill immediately. Now, the reason why I say Jiro was a less cocky is because in the original, she kind of just disrespected President Mike, thinking he was weak, and then learned out later, while not trying to go in for the kill immediately, she found out later that she was wrong and she underestimated him. And that's why I said she was less cocky. She didn't underestimate him, and she immediately went for the kill. And she's changed this way because of what Deku did to avenge her and Momo at the USJ. It changed her, and it changed something in her. Now, she no longer underestimates people, and in a battle, she tries to go for the kill effective immediately, aka as soon as possible. Now, on to the Midoriya versus Bakugo fight. Midoriya and Bakugo versus All Might fight. Now, this fight goes way differently than in canon. First of all, it's Deku telling Bakugo to stay out of his way, and that if he doesn't, he will kill him. This frightens Bakugo, but his resolve to fight All Might and prove that he's the strongest is, well, let's just say it's a lot stronger than Deku's little threat. Now, Bakugo tells Deku to stay out of his way and not he tells Deku to stay out of his way and that if he does anything, he'll kill him. To which Deku responds with a nice little solar flare point blank range right into Bakugo's eyes. Now, while Bakugo is screaming in pain, Deku is rushing towards the entrance. However, before the battle even starts, aka before the entrance gates even open, Deku immediately starts using full Cal. Now, at this point, he can only use 8%. And this is because Deku's not an idiot. He knows not to underestimate All Might. Now, the match starts as usual, except they're both really cocky going in with it. And All Might fires his Texas Smash just like in canon, knocking Bakugo off balance, while Deku was able to stay on foot by sinking his claws in the cement at the last second, stopping him from being launched like Bakugo. Now, Deku, with full Cal in hand, eyes looking straight at All Might, turns around, punches Bakugo unconscious, grabs him, and rushes towards the gate with his tail behind him, firing white fireballs and fire blasts at All Might. See, now I bet you think that I was going to say that Deku tries to fight All Might. And if you thought that, you need to get out of here, alright? Okay, See, there's a reason why I didn't let Deku fight. Now, Deku may be a little bit more cocky and a lot more jaded in this timeline, but one thing hasn't changed. He's not an idiot. He knows when to fight, and he knows when to get out, alright? This is something that has not changed. And this is a get out moment. So, Deku knows that in order to beat All Might, he has to get way stronger. So he grabs Bakugo's lifeless body, because remember he just knocked him out 10 seconds ago, and runs with his tail firing some of the biggest and hottest fireballs he ever did. Remember that strategy I told you earlier? He can run one way with his tail firing fireballs the other way? Yeah, he's using that strategy. Now, lucky for Deku, All Might, as well as every human on Earth, can and will die from heat stroke if exposed to enough heat and enough hot heat. And this is what Deku is aiming for. And it works. Because All Might cannot breathe in hot-ass air for too long. Alright, that ain't science. Alright, if you go in a sauna for too long, you will pass out from heat stroke. Or at least, you'll pass out from too much heat and not enough cool oxygen. Alright? So Deku is successfully able to get past successfully able to pass because he rushes for the emergency gate. And Bakugo is a little bit pissed off. Actually, no, he's very pissed off when he wakes up and Deku tells him what happened. But Deku sits him down and tells Bakugo he did him a favor to stop bitching about it. Because he does not want anything that All Might has to offer. And this is where I'm ending part 4, guys. I think I covered a lot. I covered the Gran Torino fight. I've covered the Hosu attack. I've covered the Hero Killer. and I'm covering the final exams. You know what's next, don't you? Yeah, part 5, and I think that's like the Quirk training camp. Quirk training camp and the All Might versus All for One fight. I don't know if I'll do more than that, but I definitely know I'll have those 2 at least. Anyway, this is a 4-page script, guys. 4 pages, which translates anywhere from a 20-minute video to a 40-minute video. And as I'm recording this, I'm at the 24-minute and 40-second mark. So enjoy this. Also, guys, thank you so much for the huge amount of support this video is getting. And if you want to contribute to the support, either check out the Discord server, the link is in the description, or leave a really nice comment. See, I got you again. You thought I was going to say like and subscribe, didn't you? La. We don't do things like that on this channel. If you want to like and subscribe, cool. I don't care. You can dislike and unsubscribe as much as you want. I really don't care. I didn't do this for a job. I did this for a hobby. And I'll say that time and time again. I did this for a hobby. I really don't care if you subscribe or like. However, checking out the Discord server, leaving a nice comment. That's how you support me on this channel. Because that's how I know, like, you guys like this. Alright? Some of you guys make my day when you leave nice comments. Like, this was great. Or I like this. Or I already subbed. Like, so guys, you don't know this, but those make up the highlights of my day. Alright? It's always nice to hear when people like your stuff. Alright? Then that's just life. So yeah, if you want to contribute, like, just check out the Discord server and leave a nice comment. And it doesn't always have to be a nice comment. Like, I've gotten criticism comments, which I was so excited about. Guys, do not be afraid to give me criticism. I know some people don't like it, but I like it. Okay? Because that tells me what you as the viewer want and what you as the viewer don't like about it. So that way I can change and accommodate for it. Like, one comment, and I'm not going to point them out because I don't want them to get, like, attacked or anything. One comment told me about the what if, what parts they didn't like about it, what parts they didn't like about it. And it was super inspirational. Because it made me think, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Alright, so leave criticism. Constructive criticism, though. Okay, there's a fine line between constructive criticism and just hate speech. Okay, guys? Please don't cross that line. But yeah. And comments don't have, like I said, comments don't always have to be nice. They can be inspirational comments, questions, or just wholesomeness in general. So yeah. Also, if you want, there is some perks to joining the Discord. Like, yeah. But now see that if you are like a YouTube channel, it doesn't matter what, as long as I don't have to show my face. If you want a collab and you have a YouTube channel that's active, okay guys, so I'm not talking about a YouTube channel where you guys like do not go on there at all. It's just there because you use YouTube. I'm talking about like an active channel. Talk to me on the Discord server. Like, go to the Discord server, friend me. I'll have my username in the comments as well as the Discord server. Alright, so I'll put you like my Discord friend name, my Discord server in the description. And if you want, friend me, message me, and we could probably do a collab soon. Okay? But all it requires is that you have an active channel. Okay, guys? I really don't want to do a collab if you guys if you guys just don't care about your channels, or if you just guys don't put anything on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I check Discord daily, and sometimes I post things. Like, from some of the things I recently posted, because like I said, I go do on there daily. Sometimes I post things like, hey, you guys want to play Minecraft? Anybody got an Xbox? Or does anybody want to play some Among Us? So I mean, like, yeah, if you check that out, who knows? Maybe you'll catch me during a time where I'm bored and want to play some games, and we can talk to each other. I use an Xbox One, by the way, so yeah. So any Xbox One players, you want to contact me, you want to play some games, we can do that. So just check out the Discord server, let me know. So yeah, stuff like that. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for the support. We're almost at 200 subs. I'm told that that's a big achievement, but like I said, I don't really care. So I mean, just like leave a nice comment, check out the Discord server. And that's it for this video. This is about a 29-minute video, so I'm going to end it off right here. Anime E, signing off. Bye!